gloomy, watery grave, she hissed her next victim's name. Saffron, my name. The Ghost of You follows rockstar Snake, who's fascinated with the paranormal. After seeing strange things in the graveyard, he becomes obsessed with the ghost of a young woman. Raw, angry music pulses through my blood, thrashing my dead heart into life. Scarlet lighting is supposed to give the dingy pub an underground atmospheric vibe. It reminds me of a vampire lair that dances their victims as we wait for the blood to be torn from their skin by hideous nightmares from the past. My plectrum lashes a guitar, the tortured lyrics about betrayal and poisoned lust shred in my throat as the microphone bullets my words at the mob below. This is the time I feel truly alive, when the drum beats a rhythm my broken heart has forgotten. The music stops. I jump off the stage, then leave to roam the village. I sling my guitar around my back and hurtle a wall into a graveyard. A Gothic church lurks in the shadows, locked against the sinners who wander these lonely lanes. Its grey stone walls match the headstones, as though bits of its body have been chipped off to honour the dead. Some tombstones are cracked, revealing openings to their eternal resting places. I squat and switch on my phone's torch, leaning over to glimpse the dusty bones I imagine lie beyond the stone. Only cobwebs and woodlice emerge. The grave keeps its macabre secret locked away. I creep amongst the graves, careful not to disturb the dead. The silent solitude soothes my senses, stops the monsters within. People amble through the graveyard, the headstones slipping through their bodies, stone and flesh embracing in an unhallowed union. Their blank eyes ignore me and each other, as though they're entranced by the Pied Piper of death. I don't know which disturbs me more, having company in this sepulchral city of the dead, or the eerie silence. They scatter to empty spaces, their bare feet soundless on the damp grass. Moonlight casts silver shrouds over them, the shadows staining the hollows of their eyes. In the distance, a clock chimes midnight. The people lie down and cross their arms over their chests, then sink into the ground. I jog to where I saw them. A breeze brushes through the grass, but no signs of them remain. I glance up. A young woman walks towards me. Her black fishnets and silver nosing seem wrong on a ghost. Victorian is the popular style. Maybe she forgot to read the ghost handbook. She passes through me. I gasp at the iciness seeping through my body, then whirl around. She stops by the wall and lies down. She sinks into the ground, leaving me alone in the dark. In Carnival of the Damned, a group of uni students shoot a horror film on an abandoned fairground with an urban legend lurks. A woman looking for her friend was killed by the fairground's ghost. Fianna crept through the shred of black material, ducking Frankenstein's monster and trying not to trip over the scenery. She crouched in the graveyard by a crawling zombie and waited. Clunk! Whirring followed, the monster shifting in anticipation for the train. Fianna pulled out her walkie-talkie. Good job, Cat. Catcher's voice came through crackly. I couldn't work the controls. The ride's alive. It wasn't me. Code Red snaked inside Fianna's stomach. Something tickled her neck. She batted the material away, her gaze glued to the track. The material brushed through her hair. She flicked it off. A bloodied hand grabbed her wrist. She screamed, wrenching her hand down, the nails gouging her wrist. A severed hand clung to her. Shrieking, she frantically prized the fingers open and hurled the hand into the darkness. Her heart hammered on her ribcage, her body temperature spiking. In the darkness, someone screamed. Rain retreated from the dodgems. Icy fingers stroked her arm. She spun around, her camera light exposing a coconut shine. Coconuts rested in grinning skulls, their empty eye sockets watching her. The Ferris wheel's cart swayed like dead men left behind to rot, the rusty hinges squeaking. The carousel lights died, a disquieting blackness shrouding the horses. She returned to base where Katja had set up laptops with live feeds. A shadow glided past the camera by the waltzers. The camera toppled, the image shaking as the tripod crashed to the ground. Static flashed on another screen. Fianna passed beneath it in the graveyard and it panned to a water pool with a mini shipwreck and a monster crawling from its murky depths. It paused and silently moved, coming to rest on the skeleton graveyard. A grainy image of a man smiled at the camera. Bree's eyes ached in the darkness. She hoped they wouldn't have to reshoot this scene. This ghost train felt scarier than others. Maybe because they weren't supposed to be there. Maybe because of the voices tormenting her. Or maybe it was because somewhere amongst the fake monsters and pretend graves, a real victim was found. Thank you.